எல்லாருக்கும் ஹாய். நம்மளோட ஸ்டோரி மிஷன் பேட்டில் ப்ரிப்பரேஷன் மீட் அவலாக்.
Help protect Ciri from the wild hunt and the Emperor will grant you amnesty.
I hope we can trust you.
You can.
What of Fringilla?
That I don't know, but I shall take it up with him.
You barely said hello and you're already plotting something.
It's clearly in our nature.
I hear right? You convinced the Emperor to pardon them?
Provided they help us defend Ciri.
Got a hard time believing Emperor would go in for a deal like that.
If you can't believe it, don't. I don't need you to.
Bit about Fringilla. What was that? Triss told me you couldn't contact her.
Perhaps because she sits in the Emperor's dungeon, chained in Dimeritium. At least that's what Rita implied.
How's Rita now? Barely got out of prison herself.
She spoke to Fringilla before they imprisoned her. Fringilla said that the Emperor had summoned her and she'd explained why after the meeting. No one's heard from her since.
Thought this kind of drama only happened around Radovid.
I don't like it. That was not our deal. When it's all over, I'll need to have a candid discussion with the Emperor. Come. They're all waiting for us.
ஓகே, ஸோ ஃப்ரிஞ்சில்லான்னு ஒரு சாசரஸ் இருக்காங்க. ஸோ அவங்கள வந்து நம்ம இப்போது ராஜா கிட்டேருந்து கூட்டு வரணும். அவளை அரெஸ்ட் பண்ணி வச்சுருக்காங்க. ஸோ அவங்களும் இருந்தால் நமக்கு சண்டைக்கு வந்து ரொம்ப சப்போர்ட்டாக இருக்கும். ஸோ சிரிக்கு ஹெல்ப் பண்ணுறதுக்கு இவங்கெல்லாம் சப்போர்ட் பண்ணால் இவங்க எல்லாரையும் ராஜா மன்னிச்சிருவாங்கன்னு எனிஃபர் சொன்னான். ஸோ அதனால் மற்றவங்களும் நமக்கு சிரியை டிஃபெண்ட் பண்ணுறதுக்கு ஹெல்ப் பண்ணுவாங்கன்னு நினைக்கிறேன். Philippa?
Well, what is it?
No need to thank me, Philippa. Always glad to save your ass. You're welcome.
You stood to gain. That is why you saved me.
Way back when, did you really send assassins after Dijkstra?
You believe I... Do you not remember we were once lovers?
Maybe it's just me, but I think you'd consider that in itself to be reason enough. Actually, I've long wondered why you parted. Quarreled even.
You see, Geralt, there are those who keep politics separate from their private lives, and those who do not.
Which one was Dijkstra?
The more boring of the two.
ஓகே, முன்னாடி வந்து விச்சர் இவளை ட்ரை பண்ணியிருப்பான் போல்.
Farewell.
நெக்ஸ்ட்டு Margarita.
How are you feeling?
Better, I thank you. If you'd not arrived in time, things might have ended considerably worse. I am your debtor.
Thank Yennefer. It was her idea, her plan. Thought Margarita Loantil would be among the last to get nabbed by witch hunters.
Were it dependent solely on me, of course I would have. But you forget I had my students to consider. I knew the hunters would eventually reach Aretusa. It was but a matter of time. So when I heard Triss was organizing escapes to Kavir, I saw no reason to hesitate. I gathered my novices and we rode here to Novigrad. Sadly, we were caught and thrown in Dayrad before I could contact Triss.
Didn't see any other sorceresses in there with you?
Because they'd already been executed. Burned. Alive, one after the other. The most talented girls in the north. Radovid was saving me for last.
ஓகே, இவளும் ட்ரிஸ் கூட கிளம்புறதுக்கு நோவிகிராடுக்கு கிளம்பி வந்திருக்கா அவளோட ஊர்லேருந்து. ஸோ அப்போ தான் மாட்டியிருக்கா. ஸோ அவள் கூட இந்த எல்லாருமே போட்டு தள்ளியிருக்காங்க. ஸோ அவங்களோட ஸ்கூல்.
If you're here, what's become of Aretusa?
The day I arrived in Novigrad, I received a message from Biruta Ikati. A short, curt note. School overrun by Redanians. Later I learned priests of the Eternal Fire stood amidst the Academy's ruins, promising the rabble that such a punishment awaited all mages and traitors.
Farewell, Rita.
Whoa, stop flexing like that.
Yes, Geralt?
You, holding up all right?
It'll be a hard slog for everyone.
You know what I mean.
What am I supposed to say? I mean, I knew you and Yennefer... that you'd end up back together. It was a lost cause. Always.
I guess so. I just don't want you to...
Can we not dwell on it? I need to focus on other things now.
Right. Understood. Feel all right?
So. Why do you ask?
Maybe we should talk about...
Gladly. I was about
ஓகே ட்ரிஸ் ஆல்ரெடி நம்மளை மறந்துட்டான்னு நினைக்கிறேன்.
long enough to know how not to get caught and survive.
And before you came here, where were you?
Oh, places where I managed to get by without your... Which doesn't mean I'm not happy to see you.
So long, Triss.
சரி இங்கே இருந்தாலாம் சரி கிட்ட
Got a minute?
Of course.
Eridan's located you time and again. How's that?
When I pass between worlds, I create a kind of shockwave. Anyone properly trained can sense it. That's how...
So you shouldn't actually ever use your power.
It's not like that. The impulse is stronger the longer my voyage.
ஓகே இவ ஃபாஸ்ட் ட்ராவல் பண்ணும்போது இல்லை போர்ட்டல் யூஸ் பண்ணும்போது ஒரு ஷாக் வேவ் க்ரியேட் ஆகி தான் எரிடின் கண்டுபிடிச்சி வரோம்.
So...
Very well. Ask away.
The thing is, I'd like to take her somewhere, once it's over. Someplace picturesque. You've been almost everywhere. Also know Yen well.
The first roadside inn you pass. Take her there. Pay for a month in advance. Carve "Do not disturb" into the room door and...
Just like
that.
The mark...
A bit. But you can't let it bother you. You know, folk would stare at the scar on my cheek.
And?
I started undoing one shirt button more.
Once you'd left...
I travelled. Through time, space, different worlds. I saw houses of glass, ran with unicorns at the world's end. Even lived in an undersea king.
Freedom.
Undersea king.
Always had it.
I still do.
So why'd you return?
It was too much. I almost drowned in it.
Traveling between worlds.
It's nice. It was at first. But in time it became...
Bet a lot of mages would love to learn to do it.
I go wherever I please. Whenever I please. All right. We'll talk later.
ஓகே லாஸ்ட்டாக இவகிட்ட பேசுவோம்.
Geralt?
Found something that might belong to you. That skull some sort of accessory? If so, you've changed your style a bit.
It's a weapon.
Don't remember ever seeing you with that.
It's as you said. I've changed my style.
Thanks, Yen.
ஓகே இப்போ நம்ம அவளாக்கிட்ட பேசலாம்.
All are present. You were the last to arrive. Might we set sail?
Wait here. Forgot something.
ஓகே நமக்கு ஏதாச்சும் குவெஸ்ட் இருக்கான்னு செக் பண்ணிட்டேன். ஓகே அவ்வளோதான்.
Anchors away.
இவங்க எல்லாருமே ஸ்கெலிகா போகிறாங்கல்ல.
The king of the Wild Hunt sailed aboard the Naglfar, a giant longship that traveled between worlds. As Gels had advised, the Witcher set out to find the Sunstone, an artifact needed to draw Eridan into a trap.
ஸ்கெலிகாவில் போய் இப்போ நம்ம சன்ஸ்டோனை கண்டுபிடிக்கணும். அந்த சன்ஸ்டோன் யூஸ் பண்ணி வைப்ரேஷன் க்ரியேட் பண்ணி எரிடினை அங்கே வர வச்சு இந்த எல்லா விச்சஸமாக சேர்ந்து இவனை போட்டு தரணும். வீக்கில் வரோம். கையில் கட்டியிருக்கிற துணி காற்றுல ஆடுறது செமையாக இருக்குது. ஆனால் முடியெல்லாம் அப்படியே இருக்குது. அக்காவை சென்ட் பண்ணுறாளா? ராக்கர் மாதிரி.
The question of His Imperial Majesty's whereabouts.
Does he aim to conquer Skellige? But he knows. Those are my friends.
He wishes to grant you the Isles, with Sintra and the rest of the Empire.
There is an upside to all this.
Is that so?
The Emperor will have to help us fight the Hunt. And we've just found Fringilla Vigo.
எம்ஏஆரோட படம் இங்கே இருக்குது. ஸ்கெலிகாவை பிடிக்க வந்திருக்கா இல்லை நம்ம சப்போர்ட்டாக சண்டை போட வந்திருக்காங்களான்னு தெரில. பார்க்கலாம்.
We must hurry and find the Sunstone. Seems we've plenty to do in Skellige after that.
Fringilla Vigo. We need her here.
Can you teleport?
Can you teleport me onto Amir's ship?
Not a chance. It's better shielded than the Emperor's alcove.
Though we could try to force our way through.
We need Fringilla in one piece.
Think they know we're here?
Emir's mages, of course.
If the matter of Fringilla Vigo were resolved, they'd probably just send her over here in a skiff.
It's far from resolved. The Emperor pledged to ensure the Lodge's safety, but
Fringilla's a pricklier matter. She's his subject, one officially sentenced to death for treason.
you'll need to learn what Emir has planned for her, once we've found a way to toss you over to the Imperial flagship.
ஓகே, எமியர் வந்து இங்கே ஷிப்பில் வந்திருக்கான். ஸோ அந்த ஷிப்பில் தான் அந்த ஃப்ரெஞ்சில்லாங்கிற சுவாசரசம் இருக்கணும். ஸோ அவங்ககிட்ட பேசி அவளை நம்ம கூப்பிட்டு வரணும்.
I'll get on the Emperor's ship myself.
Plan to swim? With swords on your back? You'll get shot up like a sitting duck before you can say, the white flame dancing on the graves of his foes.
Don't panic. He'll find a way. Make your approach by night. You'll stand a better chance then. And once you're on board, show His Imperial Majesty this letter. Hand it to him directly. We should remind him what he promised, and what he'll get in return.
ஆல்ரெடி ப்ராமிஸ் பண்ணியிருக்கான் போல சம்திங்.
At the moment, we don't even know what the Sunstone is.
It was created so the mountain elves could summon the vessels of the NL. Now it merely serves as a symbol of a lost opportunity to unite the two tribes. Truly? Can all of you be unfamiliar with the story of Gelban and Dillion of the White Fleet?
The Sunstone's in Skellige? How do we know that?
From legends. Elven ones. It lies where the White Fleet landed centuries ago.
Meaning anywhere on any one of the Isles. Splendid.
Ermion. I'll talk to him.
Know where he is?
I'll ask around the port. Kroch's longships are moored there. I'm off.
Good luck.
ஓகே, சிறியை காப்பாற்றுறதுக்காக அந்த சோசரசம் வந்து ஹெல்ப் பண்ண அவளை வெளியே விடுற மாதிரி அரேஞ்ச்மெண்ட் ஏதாவது இருக்கும். நமக்கு இப்போ 2 குவெஸ்ட் இருக்கிற மாதிரி தெரியுது. செக் பண்ணுவோம். ஸோ சன்ஸ்டோன் ஆஸ்க் கிராக் வேர் எர்மியன் இஸ். ஓகே, இது சன்ஸ்டோன் கண்டுபிடிக்கிறது. ஸோ பிக் ஃப்ரெஞ்சில் பண்ண மிஷ். ஓகே, இதை பண்ணுவோம் ஃபஸ்ட்டு. இன்னும் ஒன்று இருக்குது. ஸ்னீக் ஆன் த எம்பர்ஸ் ஃப்ளாக்ஷிப் ஆன் த டார்க்னஸ். ரெண்டுமே ஒன்று தானா? ஓகே, இதை பண்ணுவோம்.
And later, don't count your father out just because he's the world's richest and most powerful.
இது எங்கே இருக்குன்னு செக் பண்ணுறேன். ஓகே, இங்கே இருக்கேன். ஸோ நான் இந்த இடத்துக்கு போய் ரீச் ஆகிடுறேன் ஃபாஸ்ட் ட்ராவலில். ஓகே, நம்ம ஸ்விம்மிங்கில் தான் போகணும். அதுக்கு முன்னாடி நம்ம நைட்டு தான் போகணும். ஸோ இப்போ ஏர்லி மார்னிங்காக இருக்குது. டைமை சேஞ்ச் பண்ணிடுறேன். அவங்க பார்ப்பாங்களா இல்லையா இது எனக்கு தெரியாது. அன்னைக்குள்ளே போவோம். பிரெத்து கம்மியாக இருக்கு. நடுவில் இருக்கிற ஷிப்பில் தான் கிங் இருப்பான் போல.
Emperor's orders! Stand down!
கண்டுபிடிச்சிட்டானா? அவன் பாட்டுக்கு கீழே போகிறான். நான் எதுவுமே பண்ணல. அந்த ஆங்கரை பிடிச்சி தான் மேலே போகணும். அவனை பார்த்துட்டானுங்க. ஸோ அது ஆல்ரெடி ஸ்கிரிப்டடு.
Witcher, what a pleasant surprise.
Warm welcome. Thank you, Your Majesty.
You should have come with my daughter. Your welcome would have been different. Where is she?
Close.
Close, White Wolf, is what you are to decapitation. You're insolent because you believe I cannot afford to hurt you. And you're right. Yet that will change one day, when you are no longer indispensable, but disposable. But enough of that. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. What do you want?
Fringilla Vigo. Been told you promised Yennefer you'd free her. I can see. I know you're a busy man. So here's a letter. Ought to refresh your memory about the Lodge.
Even Yennefer's humblest requests seem like threats. I've always liked that about her. Very well, so be it.
Truly prepared to forgive them? Amnesty in exchange for help?
I'm prepared to abide by the agreement I made with Yennefer.
Didn't answer my question.
Nor must I.
Time I was on my way.
At last, a point we agree on. Guards, bring me Fringilla Vigo. You may remove her dimeritium shackles.
டைமரிட்டியம் ஷாக்கிள்ஸ் இருக்கிறதுனால அவளால் மேஜிக் பண்ணி எஸ்கேப் பண்ண முடியாதுல்ல.
No introductions are necessary from what I've heard. Farewell.
Fringilla. Been a while. The other sorceresses, they're on Ginvale near Ardskellig. We could take a boat.
I'm sick to death of boats.
விச்சருக்கு தெரியாத பொண்ணுங்களே இல்லை.
And I despise teleports, but have it your way. Let's go.
Fringilla Vigo. Philippa, a pleasure as always.
Come now, we need none of that. Fringilla, we must speak.
Oh, Mark. Yes, Geralt?
You look good.
For a captive of Emir, is that what you mean?
Seems like he's shown you surprising leniency. No interrogations, no torture. Or did you just tell him everything he wanted to know?
If I'd told him everything, he'd hardly still need me alive, wouldn't you say? Anyway, we shan't speak of it. I and what concerns me have not been a concern of yours for some time now.
Cantarella. Who is she, really? She mentioned you knew each other.
You ran into her. Her real name is Carthia van Canton, Asira's former collaborator. She's very talented.
Spied for you?
Not just for us, probably. I doubt she wishes any harm upon me or other sorceresses, but one must be very careful what one says in her presence.
Seemed like you told her quite a lot about me.
You ought to feel flattered, then. That makes you famous on both banks.
So long.
What do you want?
Farewell.
ஓகே, யாருக்கிட்டேயும் புதுசாக நமக்கு பேசுகிறதுக்கு எதுவும் இல்லைன்னு நினைக்கிறேன்.
Geralt?
Ever think about the past?
At times, I'm amazed we survived. Eridan's not usually one to leave witnesses.
That's just it. He didn't. Lost my memory when I escaped the hunt.
Ah, yes. Your famous amnesia.
You didn't have it?
For a short time only. Once the Emperor's mages got their hands on me, my memory quickly returned.
ஓகே, எனக்கு தெரிஞ்சு விச்சர் 2 விளாட்னா தான் நமக்கு அந்த டீட்டெயில்ஸ்லாம் தெரியும். இவனுக்கு ஏதோ சண்டையில் தான் இவனோட மெமரி போச்சு, வைல்ட் ஹண்ட் கூட. ஸோ அங்கே என்ன ஆச்சு, சிரி எதுக்காக கேர்மார்னு விட்டு போனா, ஸோ அந்த விஷயங்கள்லாம்.
How do you go from being the Emperor's hostage to being his ally?
One day, the door of my cell opened, and instead of seeing the usual officer, I saw Emir. He promised to release me and grant me free reign of the Imperial Treasury, provided I did what he asked.
He told you about Ciri, and you accepted his offer. Why?
Shared aims make for strange bedfellows. I knew I had to find Ciri before Eredin did, and if any man had the power and the means to help me, it was the Emperor. Besides, once all's said and done, he is her father.
What did Eredin want from you exactly?
The same thing he wanted from you. You don't recall?
Draw a blank on most of my time with him.
We were bait, Geralt. Both of us. Eredin believed Ciri would come for us sooner or later and he would capture her. Fortunately, she didn't fall for it.
ஓகே, இவங்க 2 பேரையும் பிடிச்சி வச்சுருந்துருக்கான் போல் எரிடின். சிரி காப்பாற்ற வரும்போது சிரியை பிடிக்கலாம் அப்படின்னு. ஓகே, அங்கே தான் ஏதோ சண்டை நடந்திருக்கோம்.
When the hunt had you, hope they didn't hurt you.
Even if they did, I've no memory of it. The whole time's but a string of phantom images. Blood and fire. Though I do remember you coming for me, trading your life for mine. I hadn't the chance to thank you then.
You'd have done the same for me.
I'm touched by your certainty. But you've yet to tell me how you escaped them.
Wouldn't mind knowing that myself. There are times I remember rushing forward, Red Riders around me. Next thing I know, I'm in the woods at the foot of Kaer Morhen. That's it. Why didn't you look for me after you'd recovered your memory and your free...
I assumed you would recover quickly and find me first.
You had me
ego.
just to help you. I was on my own.
Well, not entirely. Besides, I knew you'd fled the hunt. Eredin would never have let you go. He'd erased my memory, but you escaped. It was wholly possible he hadn't had the chance with you. And there were your Witcher mutations. I expected they'd stave off any serious injury.
Still can't get something out of my mind.
What?
So, feel any different after our encounter with the Jinn?
Yes. Now I feel... regret.
Mean to say that...
That I regret we didn't try that earlier. Much earlier.
Think we would have argued...
Quite the opposite. But the other moments... moments like this...
Listen, this...
I can scratch it if it itches, but I think...
I'm not joking yet.
Neither am I. These symbols...
Damn it.
You're still one of the prettiest witches around in my book. Second only to Lambert.
Thanks, Yen. Got a minute?
Of course.
I should...
All right. We'll talk later.
ஓகே, அவகிட்ட எதுவும் இல்லை. ஸோ நமக்கு அந்த கொஸ்ட் கம்ப்ளீட் ஆகிடுச்சு. நம்ம இன்னொன்று செக் பண்ணோம். சன்ஸ்டோன், ஒயின் சன்ஸ்டோன். ஓகே, அப்போ நான் இதுதான் பண்ணணும்.